Still on the 9th edition of the Ehingbeti Economic Summit, this time Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu signed the Lagos State Wealth Fund Bill and State Civil Bill that will build a savings base for the state and achieve the dream of becoming Africa's model mega city. And he officially launched the 2022 to 2052 development plan for Lagos State as well. Take a look.
Welcome to the future of Lagos.
The long-term plan, which covers a period of 30 years, will chart a growth path for Lagos State.
The capacity of this government to be able to envision a 30-year document that has indeed been very inclusive and very engaging with all stakeholders being carried along. And to say that we want to be part of our own future, we want to hold our own destiny to our hands. We want to have a document that will continue to guide us. And it's a living document that will always speak to the challenges at different times. A document that recognizes that it sits on 4 pillars. A document that has 20 strategies that will continue to push it. And a document that I believe that prosperity will indeed judge all of us. I'm excited that the times ahead, that the greater Lagos we talk about, it's around the corner. I'm excited as your 15th governor that we're doing this together. No matter what the obstacles are, no matter what the disruptions are, your Lagos is on track to birth a greater opportunity for you.
About 30 resolutions were reached at the summit, part of which is to drive the ecosystem through a regional trade hub.
The third resolution is to identify opportunities to attract and closely collaborate with the diaspora. I guess they're here. Via a dedicated engagement strategy and campaign, and evaluate the possibility to set up a diaspora office and a diaspora think tank. Next one is drive marketing efforts on the Lagos State ecosystem targeted at the private sector within and beyond Lagos State to help establish Lagos State as a regional trade hub. Then launch a Lagos Diaspora Business Fund to enable and to ease diaspora investment in Lagos startups. Drive engagement with private sector and development institutions to enable their active and ongoing participation in vocational and non-vocational curricula and upskilling of teachers. In transportation, there are 2. Empower the private sector to drive Lagos forward along key positive trends such as digital and clean energy. Actively engage with and support the informal transport sector with their transition into formal systems, such as Lagos Ride and with the rail system.
I see a number of these things already embedded in the development plan. I see also with gladness that there's a mechanism within the planning protocol of the state that all of these initiatives will ride into the medium-term sector strategy of the state and roll into the budget. All of these resolutions are hereby accepted and to commit that they will be implemented in details, and we'll be here again at the next Ehingbeti to account for what we have done with this resolution.
Then Governor Sanwo-Olu signs the Lagos State Wealth Fund Bill and the Lagos State Civil Bill, which will build a savings space for future generations and stabilize the economy of the state. He also signed a memorandum of understanding with Del York Group for the Lagos Film City and Siemens Energy.
The cardinal objective are to ensure that we can safeguard the future finances of Lagos. Lagos can continue to be resilient as a government, and in the event of anything, it can absorb shocks. It has reserves for which it will be planning, for the future, and it's still part of the future development of Lagos that we're talking about. So there's a second bill that we just also signed. It's called the Lagos State Administration of Civil Justice Bill 2022. This bill is equally as important, right, for us as any other law reform bill that we have. For lawyers in the House, the former president of the Nigerian Bar Association, my brother and my friend, would know how important this bill is, because what it means is in the Civil Justice Bill, there's so many things that are clogging, and there's so many things that are not in tune with ease of doing business, that we believe this bill will also help to cure and put some of the issues, put it behind us. So Lagos is also on the way to having another deep sea port on the western side of the city. Before the end of the year, I'm aware that we're going to be commissioning the Lekki deep sea port. But at the other side of the state, there's also an approval for the construction of the Badagry deep sea port. What it means is that what we've been suffering, as a logistic and commercial economic hub of West Africa, with these two ports, we will be solving all of the problems that we currently have with logistics, with the turnaround time we have with importation and export, and generally with the GDP of that economy. And with this, we believe, indeed, Lagos is assured to continue to remain the economic, commercial nerve center of the entire sub-Saharan Africa as a region. Thank you very much.
With the launch of the 2022 to 2052 development plan, Engbeti 2022 Economic Summit will be one that will not be forgotten so easily in the history of the state.